Good morning, children. Today we are going to take a new chapter, that is chapter 19, Means of Communication. Here the pictures below show different ways in which people send messages. Unscramble the letters to get their correct names. So here on the screen you can see different things. See, first one is one person standing under a tree. So what is that? What is there in his hand? Yes, it is a drum. And the next one is letters. And the next is telephone. So these are the three ways how people exchange their communication. Isn't it? So in olden days, especially in olden days, people, they used to inform something to others through these ways. So, but nowadays we can't see all this. So write any two ways in which you have sent a message to someone. So two ways how you are sending message to others that you have to write here. When we talk or write to someone, it is known as communication. So mainly we use language to communicate. So we communicate with people to exchange ideas, thoughts, and information. So whatever ideas we have, or any information, or our thoughts, we share with others. That is known as communication. In the olden days, people used to send messages either through people or pigeons who acted like messengers. So, in olden days, how they exchanged their ideas, how they communicated people. At that time, there was no letters or post office or telephone or any means of communication. So, how did they send the messages? See, through ways here we read, that is, one is through people or through pigeon. So they used to send something is written on the paper, and they used to send a person from one place to another place to whom they want to send the message. So that person will carry the message along with him. Or sometimes they used to send messages with pigeons. They write the paper and they tie it very tightly the pigeon's leg, and they will send the pigeons. So these are the ways how in earliest times people send the messages. But today we have different methods of communication which are known as the means of communication. But today we have many ways to communicate with people, even those who are in other. Within a fraction of a second, we can send the messages. Let us learn about them. So here one activity is there. How will you communicate with your friends if you have to invite them for your birthday party? Write down about any three ways in your scrapbook. So how will you invite your friends? There are three ways. Any three ways you can write in your book. The next page, then. The different, we already said there are many ways of communication. So the first one is letters. We send letters to other people through the post. So nowadays, I don't think that anyone is sending letters to send messages, isn't it? Have you seen, children? See, we send letters to other people through the post. So we write a letter. So for what we should do? The first thing is that we have to write a letter. Then, then we put it in an envelope and write the address of the receiver on the envelope. Then we paste stamps on it. The first step is that we have to write a letter on a paper, the message, what we have to communicate. And the next step is that then we have to put that paper in a cover, that is known as envelope. And the outside of that cover, we have to write the address to whom we are sending. So to address, we have to write. Then we have to paste stamp. So 5 rupees stamp or 10 rupees stamp, we have to paste it. And the third step is then we drop the sealed envelope into a post box. So first we have to write a message on the paper, and then we have to put it in a cover and paste stamp and write address. Then next step, take that envelope to a post box and drop in the post box. So these are the ways to writing a letter. So you can see post box red in color. It is red in color. And it will be written there on the outside of that box, post box. Have you seen, children? Nowadays, I don't think that many of you have seen. If you did not see, ask your parents to take you to the post office. In front of the post office, you can see there a post box. Then, next step is that the postman collects the letters from the post box and takes them to the post office. So, you drop your letters there in the post box, then comes postman. What does he do there? He collects all the letters. He opens the post box and collects all the letters from there. There the letters are sorted to be sent to different places. So afterwards, after collecting all the letters from the post box, he separates it, sorted. Sorted means separate or arrange and separately to different addresses will be there. No? So according to that, suppose how many letters are there for Karimnagar, he keep it together, and letters are there if it is there for Hyderabad, that he keep it separate. So together like that, different addresses will be there. No? All that he collect together and he separate it. The postman then delivers the letters at the addresses written on the envelopes. So after receiving different places, they will read the address. So according to the address, the postman gives us the letters. The next means of communication is telephone. The telephone is one of the fastest means of communication. We can instantly talk to someone by dialing that person's phone number. Today, we have mobile phones, also called cell phones. We use cell phones to make and receive calls and send and receive messages instantly. So, telephone was the first one among phones, but nowadays this land phone or telephone is also very less. It's not very common. Now we can't see in very few houses we can see it. So it is a telephone is the or a mobile phone or cell phone. That is the fastest means of communication. So we can call very fast people, those who are in very far. Or we can send message. We can send and receive message very fast. So today we have mostly people use mobile phones or cell phones. Isn't it? So that through this we can send messages also very fast. So children, did you know who is the founder of this phone? Yes, he is none other than Alexander Graham Bell. He's the person who found the telephone. So the next page, fax machine. A fax machine is used to instantly send a copy of a letter to another fax machine connected to a telephone line. In order to send a letter through fax, we need to know the fax number of the other person. So here, this we can't see everywhere. Very few offices or institutions, we can see fax machine. So it is used to instantly send a copy of a letter. So here instead of message, we can send directly letter. We can write and send. But one thing is that needed, to whom we are sending, that person also need this fax machine. Then only we can send. So those are sending and to whom we are sending, both persons should need this fax machine. Then we can send like a letter form. So in order to send a letter through fax, we need to know the fax number of the other person. Then next is newspaper. It is very common. Everyone knows, is it? A newspaper tells us everything that is happening around us in the world. It is the cheapest means of communication. So mostly everyone, in every houses, we can see newspaper. So what is the full form of news? North, east, west, and south. So from whole world we get news. Now we can see very important news of the whole world in the newspaper. That's why it is known as newspaper. And it is very cheap. Maybe 6 rupees or 8 rupees. That is the cost of a newspaper. And also we can learn many words, new words, and we can practice reading practice if you have, or if you have the habit of reading newspaper. So it is very good, children should have the habit of reading newspaper. So today onwards, you also start reading newspaper. You can improve your vocabulary by reading newspaper. And the next one is radio. We listen to news, music, and other programs on the radio. It is the most common means of communication. So this radio is also very oldest. I don't think that children you have seen radio. So ask your parents whether it is there in your house. Maybe kept some corner of the house. So here through radio we can only listen. We can't see. Only we can listen news or music or any educational programs or any other programs. In the earlier, during many years back, people used to have only radio. That time, TV was not available. So every home, we used to have radio at that time, many years back. But now, TV replaced radio. The next one is television or TV. We can see and hear what is happening around the world by watching the news on television. We can also get lots of other information by watching different programs on it. So here, the television, we can see and hear. Both we can do. We can see what is happening or what we are hearing. Same thing we can see also. So on the news also we can hear. So we can also get lots of other information, not only news or anything, or many information we get through TV. And also we can watch many different programs. All these are the means of communication. And the next one is computer. A computer helps us to connect and communicate with people all over the world through the internet. We can send messages to people instantly through email with the help of a computer. The internet has a lot of information that we can use. So here, nowadays, in every house, we can see computer. Now it is very common. And nowadays, especially even small children, because of these online classes and all, even small children are using computer very widely, is it? So computer helps us to connect and communicate with people all over the world through the internet. And nowadays, all are using internet. So internet is having negative and positive aspects. So we have to use it in a very wise way. Very wisely we have to use. So through internet we can get a lot of knowledge. So a computer helps us to connect and communicate with people all over the world through the internet. So people, your friends or your relatives or your aunts, uncles, who may be so far they are, through the help of internet, you can see them very closely. Or you can hear their voice very clearly, very fast. And we can send messages to the people instantly through email with the help of a computer. So this also nowadays all these new informations that so we can understand that though we are so far, but because of all these medias, we can come very close. So though the world is so vast and wide, with the help of these medias, means of communication, we can bring them very close. See, the internet has a lot of information that we can use. So many study materials you can find in internet. So when you use internet, be careful, use in a proper way. This. What do you think happens to a letter after you post it? So children, that also you can do as a homework. Write a letter to your grandparents. That is best. Write a letter to your grandparents and send. Let us see what will happen afterwards. You ask with your help of your parents, you can write a letter to your grandparents. See, they will be very happy because they never expect all this. So that you can do, children. Try to do. Let me see how many of you can do. So your grandparents also will be very happy. They will keep it like some treasures. So that is a homework. You write along with your parents. You can go and do it. So that is another homework for you. So children, today this much enough. Read the lesson and many new words are there.